Recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Director Dettelbach, what is the core mission of your agency?
The core mission is to prevent and protect the American people from violent crime.
So do you believe that, trying to, pretty much turn millions of Americans, law-abiding citizens, into criminals just for owning a piece of plastic is really where you should put so much emphasis? Is it something you have nothing else to do?
I don't want to repeat the answers I've given because I know you have limited time, but no, I don't believe that.
Big priority for your agents?
And I don't believe that's what we are doing. We are effectuating, Congress passes a law.
Well, that's what you're doing in the fact, that's what you're trying to do. But I yield my time to Mr. Massey of Kentucky.
Thank the gentlelady from Indiana. Mr. Dettelbach, you were asked a question by a Democrat earlier about statistics on the defensive use of firearms. Are you aware that CDC used to track that and that they've removed it from their website?
I'm not aware of all the CDC things that they tracked. I know at one point there were prohibitions on them publishing data. I do not know what that situation is.
At one time, the CDC tracked the defensive use of firearms, and after officials were lobbied by activist gun control organizations, they removed that data. I think it'd be helpful to have that data. Let me ask another question very quickly. The regulatory impact assessment on page 18, your agency says you considered the numbers, the impact, and to look at the number of people impacted, their amount of dollars, you considered from 2013 to 2020. Why did you not consider 2020, 2021, and 2022 in the regulatory impact assessment?
Of what? Are you talking
I'm sorry, on the pistol braces, the number of pistol braces.
So I don't have it in front of me. I know that the notice of proposed rulemaking came out before I came on, and I think it was sometime in 2021. I don't know when data was referred, but I do know that there is significant information in that APA record and in the public document that is not consistent with some of the numbers that people have said here today about how many individuals are impacted.
It's because, yes, the RA understates greatly the impact of this because you didn't consider the most recent numbers of production. In the millions, you left off millions of them. A quick question about a couple other topics here. The bump stock regulation was in response to a shooting in Las Vegas. Do you have any information at all that might lead you to believe there were actually NFA weapons in Las Vegas, in other words, guns that have been converted to machine gun fire or unregistered machine guns in addition or instead of the bump stocks?
I am not privy to the details of the investigation, so I do not have any information about the details of that.
Who's in possession of those firearms?
I don't know who's in possession of those firearms.
We'd like to know that. Also, I see that you're cooperating with the FBI, the ATF is, on the January 6th pipe bomb investigation. What can you tell us about how that's going?
Obviously, that's a significant matter. It is an ongoing criminal investigation, and so I'm not going to comment on an ongoing criminal investigation.
Were those pipe bombs operable?
Again,
the ATF is the expert.
Again, it's an ongoing criminal investigation, and under long-standing policy, I cannot comment.
And we've just had a whole committee for 2 years that investigated ongoing investigations, so I'm not accepting that answer from you. We need to know these things. Do you know how the pipe bomb was discovered at the DNC? We've been told how it was discovered at the RNC, and according to a press release from the FBI, you're working with them on this investigation.
Respectfully, I understand your disagreement, but I cannot comment because it is an ongoing criminal investigation.
Well, I think you can comment. Can you tell me, in the time that we have remaining, why a national firearms registry is not only against the law, but also extremely problematic for law-abiding Americans?
The reason that a national firearms registry is against the law is because Congress has passed a provision prohibiting ATF from having a national firearms registry. It's against the law, in short, because Congress has determined it's against the law, and we will do and need to continue to follow that law because Congress makes those decisions.
If you require millions of gun owners to register firearms simply because they have a piece of plastic, are you circumventing this congressional law against a registry of firearms?
The National Firearms Act provides for a different registry, has since 1934, something like 50 Congresses have sat between now and then and have not changed that.
Well, let me just clarify. You've swept millions of firearms into that registry without an act of Congress, and my time has expired.